It's your favorite African, your boy, your main man, Rami Vushami. And on today's video, we're going to talk about how the modern era of humans are just a bunch of culture vultures. Is that a little bit too far? Oh, my fault. I was just using my phone. Something y'all didn't have 30 years ago. Oh, I'm sorry. Was that harsh? What's good, y'all? It's your boy, Rami Vushami in the cut. Back at it again with another video. And TikTok still has us in the chokehold. Pretty much what I mean by that is that a lot of our everyday image is influenced by social media. For example, TikTok. Every time I go on TikTok, everybody's trying to wear thrift store like clothes, oversized clothes, you know what I'm saying, shit like that, because of the aesthetic that it brings. And I'm not even gonna lie, yeah, like y'all see this shirt, right? I mean, I am a victim. It's almost like instead of us focusing on the future, we're bringing a lot of things from the past into the present. And it just leads me to wonder, why? Was the 90s really that poppin'? Was the 90s really that fire, that lit? You know what I'm saying? Look, I'm 17 years old. I was born in 2004. I never lived in the 90s. I never experienced it. So this is just from an outsider's view. But at the same time, I want to make a comparison between how things were back then and how things are now. So this video officially is going to be about the 90s versus the present times. Which was better? 4 categories, alright? Category 1 is fashion. Category 2, music. Category 3, technology. And category 4, television, like TV shows, movies, and stuff like that. And pretty much, we're going to be comparing those 4 things in both eras to see which one is the best. And without further ado, let's get into the video. Alright. Let's get this going. Starting with category 1, fashion. Let's start off with the 90s. Where do we start? Oh man, the colorful clothes, the oversized collar sweatshirts, the freaking overalls, like what the fuck? The hairstyles, oh my gosh, bro. The box fades, the cornrows, the pigtails, the colorful beads and shit, the little messy looking thing that girls had, but it was still looking amazing. Man, the girls was fine as hell back then. I ain't gonna cap. They was blazing hot. It was like everybody was a fashion statement, you know what I'm saying? And look, I'm part of this new era, and me looking back at it, looking at all those pictures and shit like that, everybody was dripping, bro. Even the person with the polo shirt and jeans was dripping, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, dad jeans actually look good, you know what I'm saying? And that's the aesthetic that my era tries to reach and have for themselves so much. Like my school literally yesterday had a 90s day, and you know what I'm saying, I dressed up like I was from the 90s, and I wasn't satisfied. Nah, I ain't gonna lie. Looking back at how they did it, it was almost like they wasn't trying, and that's because they wasn't. Simple as that. And now we look at the fashion now, and it seems like every nigga's trying to do their best NBA Youngboy impression. Let me chill. Look, the clothes we wear now, it's slimmer. Skinny jeans, skinnier shirts, and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't gonna lie, we be tripping too. You feel me? Viliante, VVS, diamonds, you know what I'm saying? Everybody be having chains and shit. Everybody trying to make sure that they had that drip or drown, you feel me? Hey, look, we getting down too, you know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna say the fashion now is terrible, you feel me? Our fashion is good too, you feel me? But one thing that our era focuses on a lot, I'm not gonna say more, but one thing we focus on a lot is designer clothes, you know, like your Prada, your Gucci, Louis Vuitton, your Givenchy, Supreme, Babe, shit like that. Everybody is trying to make sure that they have that V on their back, you know? Everybody trying to make sure that they have that V on their back. Everybody's trying to make sure, hey yo, look at this shirt, bro. I got money. Almost seems like that's like everybody's main like goal when it comes to fashion now. And you know what I'm saying? And that's just looking at everything besides the fact that there's that thrift store aesthetic where everybody's trying to get vintage looking clothes, you know? That's a little bit more of that modern taste that we have. All right, category 2 is going to be music. Let's start with the 90s again. Biggie, Tupac, NWA, Nas, Snoop, Diddy, Jay-Z, TLC, Aaliyah, SWV, Janet Jackson, Michael Jackson, New Edition. No. The other New Edition. And Bobby Brown. That era was so sexy, bro. Like, oh my God. You know what I'm saying? And especially when it comes to the R&B. You know what I'm saying? Like them smooth drums, them smooth instrumentals in the back and shit. It just sounds so relaxing in your ear. You know what I'm saying? And when it comes to the rap, it was just a little bit more conscious. You feel me? There's a reason why when you ask somebody who's the best rapper of all time, they're going to say somebody from the 90s. You know what I mean? And it's like, of course, there was those songs and rappers where they was talking about drugs, money, sex, girls, bitches, and shit. But I feel like it was a little bit less than how it is now. You know what I'm saying? You had your people like Nas, Tupac, talking about the struggles that they face as a black man, as, you know what I'm saying, somebody from New York or California, like wherever they came from, you know, struggles, the hood, shit like that. You know what I'm saying? That's just something that you just have to enjoy. You always have to go back and listen to those old tunes, you feel me? Now, if we're talking about my era, we have Drake, Kanye, K-Dot, J. Cole, Polo G, Lil Baby, XXX, 6ix9ine, Coleroy, Lil Xan, Young Thug, Lil Pump, Lil Mosey. It's just a bunch of mumble rappers, you feel me? I know the old heads gonna agree with this one, you know what I'm saying? Just a bunch of mumble rappers, you know what I'm saying? You could pretty understand what they're saying. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't even understand what they're saying. But for real though. You do have those conscious rappers here as well. Look, J. Cole, Kendrick, Logic, those type of people, they doing us justice. You know what I'm saying? They doing us justice by talking about the real problems that we face. And I'm not gonna lie, even the trap music, like Migos and shit like that, they music is super fucking fire, bro. Like, the whole trap scene really elevated rap in general. You know what I'm saying? Because you had people like Metro Boomin, people like Pierre, people like Zaytoven, people like Wheezy, Turbo. You know what I'm saying? People like those, they just brought rap into a whole different level. Like, the drums started getting louder. You know what I'm saying? The bass started changing and shit like that. Start hearing more flutes and shit. You know what I'm saying? And it's just something you gotta appreciate as well. Like, you know what I'm saying? The music now is still fire. You feel me? But at the end of the day, only thing that you guys need to understand is that Young Boy better. I'm fucking trying. Category 3, the technology. Starting off with the 90s. Everything was just big and ugly. The computers were big. The boom boxes were big. Them lame ass pager phones they had. The cameras were big. The phones were big. Everything was just big, blocky, and ugly. Alright? Disgusting. I'm gonna cut y'all some slack. You know what I'm saying? Y'all did have Game Boys, you know what I'm saying? Them little joystick game box thingamajangs at the arcade and shit. And y'all did have some fire games like Mario 64. You know what I'm saying? That was fire. You know what I'm saying? Pac-Man, I fuck with that. Crash Bandicoot, I fuck with that too. Sonic, I fuck with the 90s games. That was in y'all bag when it came to 90s games. You know what I'm saying? But that's it. You know what I'm saying? In general, no, ill. Next, technology that we have now is like a million times better than what we had in the 90s. You know what I'm saying? Like, this thing right here, this phone, all those big blocky things that I named before are literally all compacted in this one thing. I don't even know why it's called a phone. You know what I'm saying? Because you could do so many things with this. But I mean, you can mostly call people with it. Oh, that's probably why it's still called a phone. The progression of our technology has also allowed us to have social media. You know what I'm saying? Back then, if you wanted to talk to somebody all across the world, you probably have to write a piece of paper on a letter and then tie it to a pigeon and then be like, be gone, or some shit. Literally now, all you have to do is download Instagram, Discord, Uvu, Omegle, shit like that. And then you could possibly find somebody from China if you live in California or some shit, you know? And although that is super amazing, and that's also the reason why you're watching this video, and I have so many other like great people that I know of, like Jordan, JT, Pierre, TJ, Sonder, all those people, is also very terrible. It's like cyberbullying. It's just like a whole different thing that kids didn't really have to deal with back then. And, you know, also with social media, you see all these Instagram models and all these rich people living lavish and shit. And then it just causes a lack of self-confidence in people that don't have those things, that don't have the biggest bank or the biggest ass and titties, you know what I'm saying? And it causes people to start hating themselves, you know what I'm saying? And it's very serious. Like, studies have shown, from the 1990s and now, suicide rates have went up by 35%. That's not good. that is not good. You know what I'm saying? And I think social media is a lot to blame. Cyberbullying, you know what I'm saying? It's a lot to blame because just as you can see all those people from around the world, you know what I'm saying? There's going to be some bad people around the world as well. You feel me? So, you know what I'm saying? Other than those type of things, you know what I'm saying? Social media has been a very good progression, such as these iPhones, you know what I'm saying? AirPods, stuff like that. You feel me? But at the same time, when you solve problems, new ones are created. So, category 4, television. Now, when I say television, I ain't talking about the big blocky televisions they used to have back then. I'm talking about the shows and movies. Now, when it comes to the movies, the 90's, they got some solid hitters, especially them hood movies. Boys in the Hood, Men's Society, Juice, Friday, those type of things. Man, those just the hood movies. They even had some good blockbuster hits like Titanic, The Matrix, The Sandlot, The Lion King. Hakuna Matata. The Lion King, nigga. Woo. It was heavy hitting back then. They had a lot of classics. However, the movies now, they got some pretty solid things too. Moonlight, When They See Us, Avengers, a bunch of things on TV. But back then, you probably had to get a whole tape, put it in the DVR, record it, you know what I'm saying? But now, if you go on Netflix, Hulu, there are hundreds of shows and movies that you can watch literally right now if you pay for it, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, I wanted to save this for television, even though it's technically technology, but YouTube, you know what I'm saying? That's also on the higher end when it comes to both of them. Because without YouTube, you wouldn't even be watching me right now. But at the end of the day, doesn't really matter what era is the best. You know what I'm saying? Even though there's pros and cons to both of those things, 90's, now, at the end of the day, bro, it doesn't really matter. There's pros and cons to everything. You know what I mean? And I think the only thing that we should be focusing on is worrying about the era that we live in currently. Because if we're able to work on that, then we're able to make sure that our future era is better than both the 90's and now. You know what I'm saying? With all this social media, there's literally terms named social media influencers. And kids, even kids younger than me, kids older than me. Well, I mean, I'm 17. If you're older than me, you won't be a kid. You technically be an adult. But you know what I mean. You know what I'm saying? Whole bunch of people are being influenced on social media. So if you have a bad image, then that's the image they're going to portray. And that's just going to create more bad people. And those people are going to create many more bad people. And those people are going to create many more black people. Bad people. You know what I'm saying? They like cockroaches. You feel me? So at the end of the day, the main message I want to say in this video, work on your image. I don't care if you're a kid right now or if you're a parent right now. Work on your image. Because if you're on social media, if you're on a platform where multiple people are seeing you, even if you're at home and multiple people are seeing you, your brothers, your sisters, they're going to be influenced by you. A lot of these people are role models without even knowing. You know what I'm saying? And I'm one of those people. It took me a while to realize that when I started to get DMs of people saying, you inspire me, bro. You're the reason I did this, and that. Look, at the end of the day, you gotta do better. And that's for everybody, because our era is definitely not perfect. Appreciate you guys watching this video. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, turn on post notifications, and join the Discord, link in the description. Look, to my supporters, thank you for the motivation. To my haters, thank you for the motivation. And at the end of the day, I care for you just as much as you care for Rami. Peace. Oh yeah, 4K trade type shit. I'm shit, you know that I don't want to